Alright, welcome to today's video. As you saw in the last one, we were already making a great project with the Barra and the Mustang, but there's one critical part that I haven't really talked much about, and that's the transmission. I don't remember if I really fully discussed with you the plans on what we're going to do, and it is definitely a little bit of a departure from the usual CD09 setup that we do in most of the cars, so as I point to an R154 car. So, in here, Yon, you want to help me get this thing out of here? We have our very first automatic transmission. So this, in this box, is a Ford 6R80, and we're going to take it apart and I'll, well, not take it apart, but we're going to take it out of the box and talk a little bit more about why I'm going with this on this setup.
Really excited for this auto trans, huh?
Alright, so what this is, if you're not familiar with it, this is Ford's version, I believe it's actually made by ZF, of a ZF 6-speed. And what's really cool about this, this is actually a built trans, which I'll go into, but we can utilize this with the factory style paddle shifters, the factory controller, because it's made for Mustangs. And we'll essentially have an automatic trans that we can shift rather than having like a 2-speed boring drag trans. And people make some like pretty crazy horsepower on these. So this one I actually got from a local company called Power by the Hour, and they upgraded some stuff in this, so it should comfortably handle over 1,000 horsepower. It's gonna get dicey with the shifting stuff, but they want to make sure I have the whole trans control stuff figured out first, since we were using a standalone trans controller, before we go throw a bunch more money at this. So this is actually like a used 6R80 out of like a 15 to 17 Mustang. Like I said, it's a 6-speed, and what PBH does on this specific transmission, it has a billet intermediate shaft, which I know will usually break in the stock ones around 600-700 wheel on the 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 shifts. So that helps. Plus upgraded clutch packs, and I know they modify the center support, which affects how fluid's distributed. There's definitely some stuff we can do to upgrade it more, because I don't know if this thing's going to handle 1,000 plus on that 1, 2, and 2, 3 shift. Again, it depends on how much it's gripped up. I'm sure if it's at the drag strip, it'll see way more load than just spinning on the street. But I'm excited. It's my first automatic trans, and I think it should be a lot more fun than just having one of those boring drag things that go. This will be like,
Yeah.
So I'm excited. It's different though, and we're gonna have some learning to do with this baby. The funny thing is, in my head, I'm like, oh, is it gonna fit? Is it gonna fit? But like, this came factory on Mustangs, so it should be cake. Because it's moved back a little bit, we might be able to use the factory bracket, but just kind of it back a little bit. Having the factory bracket's good to have like all that shock absorption versus having it solid mounted and having all that vibration.
Do we really have to scrap this and drop? If I drop it?
Why do you think it says that, Alberto?
I don't know, let's find out.
It's like how the dealers get away with more money. Yeah, we dropped it. It says scrap it, we drop it. I don't want to risk your safety.
I don't understand. It's just
like
like
filled with fluid.
Or steel. This thing is heavy.
So Alberto has in his hands the stock engine mount. Sorry, Alberto has in his hands the stock trailer mount.
Yeah. It looks like aluminum, but I'm pretty sure it's like steel on the inside.
And we are going to do our best to reuse it. Don't film me.
It's like type of stuff you look at while you're working on this thing. Alright, you can see on today's chopping board episode, what's on the chopping board. We have a Garrett G42 compressor housing. which looks so pretty, and then I'm gonna end up cutting the compressor housing to weld one of the vibrant 3-inch cast elbows in it. It will look weird if I put it like this, right?
Right.
So I have to cut this up and then weld this to this, so it kind of like matches the contour and everything. And then we're gonna weld HD clamp style on the outlet of this. Sometimes I always feel bad doing it.
Yeah.
Oh God. Now we put the elbow around here. The reason why I trimmed higher up, you can see it would have had interference with the harness. I just don't know what to push this down, but it's gonna be really tight. I think that's gonna definitely do the job. Maybe I could add a little bit more angle like this.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
All right, here's the test.
Be very careful. Damage the blades.
Yep. Look at that.
Now we'll mark this pipe right in front of it.
That's perfect.
And it fits right where I want it. So this pipe will land up like basically flush almost with the chassis.
Yeah, look at
The
that.
headlight is gonna be so like right here like this.
Yeah.
It's like
Good stuff.
As we told you guys before, we're gonna be using plasma clamps on this. Plasma Man makes their own clamps. Plasma clamps, is that what they call them? Yeah, plasma clamps. Conveniently enough, the stuff that we got from them, like the throttle body, the intercooler, already have their clamps welded onto them, so it's gonna save us a lot of time. So we just need the other ends. But we're gonna run the same clamps on the compressor. Alberto just got that 90 on there. It's gonna be tight in there, huh?
it's really tight.
What about with the headlight mounted?
I already checked.
We're good?
You can mark it up real quick. Grab the headlights right behind you.
I believe you.
And this is gonna go like literally almost touching the frame like this. So alright, is it looking Australian enough? So we have the nice Plasma Man here. I try to make the wheels like super even using thinner welding rod to make it nice and even full. I know that Australians weld really good, so I was trying to mimic the same quality. What do you think?
Dang, bro. Looks good.
What are you working on today?
So I'm going to work on the engine and I'm going to work on the turbo.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to take the walkovers off the E36?
Oh, like
Yeah. I need them for this car.
but I can go in that car, and then now we're going to E36.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Show him around the shop.
okay. So, well, actually, yes.
Parker, I appreciate you doing that for me. You're saving me a lot of time.
This is the Mustang.
And what are you putting in the Mustang again?
A turbo, right?
A big one, right?
I can't carry a big one.
Oh, We should film him trying to pick up the turbo.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't.
I know I've been a little bit dry on the merch updates lately, and if you look down here, if you remember way back in the day, we used to do our own in-house tie-dyes, and it's very time-consuming, but the guys have been smashing it out of the park. Main reason behind doing our own is all the tie-dye blanks that you can buy are like really thick, boxy, and they're like too short. So rather than just getting some like crappy blanks, we're making our own in-house. So these you could probably expect to see in maybe, I don't know, a week or two. What do you think, James? 2 weeks. We'll say 2 weeks to play it safe. But we're doing some pretty cool tie-dyes. It'll be like a small batch that we're gonna put up on the site. So look forward to that. This was just a sample. This isn't the colorway that we actually ended up running with, and it's not rinsed out yet, so there's a bit of overlap, but they're gonna be sick. We do, however, have a merch drop today. So we have 3 new items. One, which I'm super, super excited about. I gotta say, it was a long time coming. We have the GT350 comeback shirt. So we've been kind of brewing this for a while, since before you guys even knew about the Barra. And it's just a sick graphic of the Mustang when it was burning down with the USA flag and the Australian flag. It's just really, really cool piece of art. And then in the front, we just got a nice little Australian flag. It's like my 2 favorite countries here. So we are actually doing a limited edition run of these. So there are not going to be any restocks. I don't want a bunch of shirts in circulation with my car burning down to the ground. So what we're going to do is like super limited edition, only this drop, that's it, no restocks. And then each shirt's going to come with 2 limited edition stickers of the GT350 burning down. But on top of that, we have some other new stuff. We have the hoodies that you guys voted for a while back. Same hoodies that we've been getting really good feedback on, just this time with cream embroidery, and then a hat to match. So right now, all 3 of these things are live on the LZMFG store. And if you spend over $100, we're gonna hook it up with 10 die-cut stickers. That's a, what do people sell die-cuts for nowadays? Like $10?
Like $5.
Like something ridiculous. That's a $300 extra value if you spend $100. But wait, there's more. This shirt right here. What do you think? How do you feel about your work? You did this.
I love it. Yeah. It was really just for the t-shirt. If I'm being honest, it was all for that right there. So grab it while I can.
we fought about this at first. She got really mad that I was like putting her work on a shirt. It was plagiarism.
No, because it was like maybe a few days after everything happened.
I was like, I'm putting this on a shirt.
Yeah, and he's still talking about branding it. I'm like, oh my gosh, really?
It's
and
epic.
I have to look at it, and I saw the artwork, like when it was just a sketch, and I was like, wow.
So part of our compromise was that I would only make a limited number of them. I wouldn't continue to circulate them. So super rare. Great chance to make Colette angry.
Wow.
Link in bio. Swipe right.
Awful.
And now next up, as you saw, we have a special guest today. Parker stopped by, and he's actually gonna be our design consultant because I want to do kids merch. We used to do kids merch a while back, and we stopped doing it for a while, and I thought it'd be cool to do a couple designs of Parker's choice. So we have one design over here that James is playing with right now that originally was gonna go on the long sleeve, and we ended up kind of toning it back a little bit by having just outlines instead of solid colors. So we're gonna put it on a bunch of different t-shirts in different colors, and we're gonna see if Parker can help us narrow it down. This is like, I don't know if this is going to work or not. I don't know if this is how companies make kids merch or if they're just like, kids will like this, but we're going straight to the source.
Okay, so while we...
Do you want to sit at the desk or do you want to sit on the couch?
I think on the couch.
Okay, couch is all yours, bro. All right, so we've got some designs pulled up for you.
What's this big truck behind?
There's a lot of trash in here. Let's just pretend it doesn't exist. Mike, can you crop out the trash? All right, so we've got a design pulled up, but you need to help us pick a color. Can you zoom in?
How about the cool shirts?
The cool shirts?
Which one's the coolest, do you think?
I think the purple one.
The purple one? This one here?
Yeah.
That one's pretty cool.
So you would wear the purple one over a different color?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Is that one your favorite of all of these options?
Yeah.
That one's the coolest?
Yeah.
Why do you think the purple and pink one's the coolest?
How about the blue one is?
This one here too?
I like blue.
You like blue? The blue's pretty cool too.
Yeah.
All right, here. So we'll narrow it down. We'll cross these 3 out.
Okay.
James, can you cross those 3 out?
Yep.
All right. Now, if you could only have one shirt, which one would you choose?
Okay, I have 3 shirts.
No, but if you could only have one.
Okay, I will. But
No.
I'm wearing this shirt.
No. If you had to pick one of these, if you had to wear one shirt for the rest of your life.
Okay, I can wear that shirt.
This one?
Yes.
The blue and red one?
Yeah.
That one's pretty awesome. I think it's a good choice. It looks like the rocket car, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, now I got another question for you. This is going to complicate things more. Do you like black shirts or do you like different colored shirts?
I think different color shirts.
Oh, yeah?
So like one of these color shirts?
2 colory.
2 colors.
What color shirts do you like?
I think the pink shirt.
The pink one? This one here?
Yeah.
Okay. You like that one? Let's see what it looks like with your favorite color one you picked. All right, so that's the pink shirt with the red, white, and blue one that you like the rocket car. What do you think of that?
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. So cool.
We could do a pink one just for Parker. Parker could have his own.
His own one-off, yeah.
Mhm.
The Parker tee.
Yeah, the limited edition.
Limited edition.
Don't call me that.
They'll call you by your name?
I want to be Adam LZ, so.
Oh, he's Adam LZ.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
The Adam LZ signature shirt.
Adam LZ signature shirt.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's-
In the rocket colorway.
yeah.
Rocket car colorway.
Yeah.
At your age, do boys wear pink?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Heck yeah.
I mean, this is why we're having the meeting with you, because we don't know these things, right? It's been a while since I've been... What grade are you in? How old are you?
4.
You actually 4?
Yes, it passed my birthday. Now I'm 4.
Really?
Yeah.
You seem so much more mature than a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
Now you got me. So are you in kindergarten?
I don't do kindergarten. Well, the coronavirus is out here.
Rocket car colorway on a black t-shirt is the one.
Yeah.
Yeah?
And then you get one special pink shirt
This
for
one-
yourself.
This one's a special shirt just for you. Nobody else will have this shirt.
Nobody.
Nobody. But you gotta wear it. You gotta be excited about it.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
All right, well, I appreciate your design consulting that you've done for us.
Very excited for Adam LZ signature shirts coming soon.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well then,
That's a wrap.
That's right.
we got that drive shaft measurement as you saw us before, and Drive Shaft Pro over in California already has a drive shaft made for us that's shipping our way, so we're good on that front. But one other issue that we're running into is you see everything fits rather nicely in here. Alberto's been already knocking out the intercooler piping. Got our Turbo Smart blow-off valve tucked in here. Got the Turbo Smart wastegate down there. It's a giant one. It's 60 millimeters of wastegate
Big
control.
boy.
Okay, listen. I was dumb, and looking at the radiator off the car for whatever reason, in my head, the outlets and inlets were on the right side. But if you look here, we have this right here, and then I guess this side isn't that far off. But the big problem is on this side, we've got this here, and then we've got the other hose all the way in the bottom. Were you trying to make it reach to the top?
No, this is how it fits relaxed.
Because it almost works.
No, but it doesn't work because you have top, and then you'll never be able to bleed the system properly.
True. That's a good point. So, anyway, we basically need a custom radiator. So, what we did... So, we got an aluminum S550 radiator from our friends over at Mishimoto. Yeah, that's not the first time I've heard that, buddy. And what we're going to do...
Sir.
That's what you get.
What? Alberta, I'm sorry. There's a lot of pressure on me right now. Well, there's not going to be a lot of pressure on the radiator system because it's going to cool so good. So because of the design of the factory radiator having plastic end tanks, we can't modify it. So the plan is Alberto has actually been welding up some custom stuff with his Mishimoto radiator for his Z36. And he's pretty comfortable now welding onto the end tanks of aluminum. So we're going to try to basically swap this inlet over here and put it over on this side and then swap this over here.
Or basically it's like block this off, make new inlet around here, block this off, make new inlet around here.
Is that what I just said?
No, you said to like literally grab this and put it over there and that put it over here.
Wait, so you're gonna just cap this here? I thought we were gonna cut it off.
I am gonna cut it off.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, but
Oh.
I'm gonna like seal it like there was never there and then
Yeah,
make
yeah.
a new one from
Yeah,
scratch.
yeah. No. I think that's what I intended to do anyway. So what's cool about this, if you notice, they have all the brackets on it already for all the factory stuff to mount up. So on this side, we can utilize a fact fan shroud.
Fact.
Stock, which is great. And then on this side, we have all the stuff for the condenser to just slide right in, which will save us a lot of headache. I was thinking about just having a custom radiator made from scratch. We have a place locally that could probably do it in a quick timeline, but having all this bracketry and all the mounts perfect, ready for the direct S550 fitment is like key. We really wanted to, fingers crossed, find a stock radiator that would work with different inlets and outlets because of the fact, maybe it came in the EcoBoost or maybe it came in a V6 Mustang or a GT, but they're all the same, which works in our favor because we can just get an S550 Mishimoto radiator and we should be able to modify it, make it work.
we had on the radiator right here, it had an outlet which I cut off, which was this nice little piece right here. But we're no longer gonna be using that spot, so we're gonna move it all the way down here. So I went ahead and cut this part real nice. Then I fabricated this little piece that's gonna go around the tubing. And of course you have a little hole on the other side. So I made this all little piece. It's gonna like fill in right here. Then one really sweet thing is about fitment. You know about fitment stuff, you know, like good fitment. Look at this. You can literally put this here. The fitment's too tight. Hold on. There we go. Fits like a glove.
Look at that.
Then, now we're gonna put our pipe on this side, so we have to block off the other side. So I made this little piece, and believe it or not, I'm really excited to do this because I can only do it one time. And I like put it right here. Ah, don't fall. And then you like
Perfect.
boom. Then of course, I mean, I think with that fitment there's no welding required, but I'm just gonna go ahead and weld just to be safe. This is the outlet we're gonna be using. It's 1.5 inches, but obviously we can't just weld it out like this because this hose might slip off. So handy, we have this vibrant bead maker. We put this pretty much like this, clamp it down, and we roll. So we make one profile and we turn it again, give it a little bit more tone, and once more. So we do this in a few stages until we get the desired bead profile, which will be a little bit more than this.
It's kind of similar to a pipe cutter.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And then now we have our nice bead on the pipe so the hose will not fall off. Alright guys, the radiator is finished. I just finished polishing it up to take the little like white stuff out of the welds. I know Adam doesn't like that very much. So a little aesthetic difference to match the welds on the rest. So here's where the old outlet on this end was on the top. Now it's on the bottom. Reason I didn't go all the way down, obviously down here wouldn't fit with anything. But if you look at the other side, I paired it up with about the same height as the old bottom side. Now then the top obviously is right at the top, very end. There was another little port up here that goes to the stock cooling system, but we're gonna modify the whole cooling system completely. Instead of having a big reservoir, we're gonna use like a regular radiator cap, and then we're gonna have a regular overflow like the Japanese cars.
Whenever you build a custom radiator, it's very important to pressure test it just to make sure there's no pinholes or little water leaks. Alberto found one super tiny one, so it's a good thing that we pressure tested it, but I want to show you, Mike, how we pressure tested it. Okay. So if you can, where it's leaking, there's like a little pinhole right here. We got you, bro.
Oh my god.
Oh, look at his pants. He his pants.
Flinch!
Dude,
wow.
That's a good filmer. Wow. When like you could be like, and they don't move. Yeah. I wonder if he thought anything was fishy when the clamp wasn't on there.
I didn't even notice a phone here. Oh, come on.
Bro, we've been playing with this thing for that, like, we're supposed to be doing a fuel system. That's gonna be tomorrow's video, guys.
I'll tell you what, the radiator definitely passed the pressure test. We put like over 30 PSI on that.
Yeah. It was like 27 and a half, but
Yeah.
about that. There's like a little pinhole right here, so like get as close as you can.
No, you gotta see me. Look what I was doing. Look.
Cap on there. It would have been
The helmet.
that's so good. So check out the, did you film the radiator shroud fitment?
No, I have not.
Check it out. So cool thing, I think we've talked about this in the video before, but really neat on modern cars, especially like high performance cars, they have these little flaps. So the radiator fans will suck through all the air as much as they can, but when you start going fast, the shroud becomes a point of resistance, and these flaps will open up once it starts to see a certain amount of wind when you go real fast, and then it lets the radiator breathe a little bit better. So that's kind of neat, and we're gonna have this on the Barra, which is gonna go very fast. So let's do this. Our own custom Mishimoto X Alberto Big Boost X Ford GT350 Shelby radiator shroud.
X Barra.
Yeah. Are we supposed to put the weather stripping down here? Is that what it came for?
Well, it didn't have a weather strip in there on the car to begin with.
I mean, honestly, like, I don't even know if this thing will be running long enough to need a radiator.
True, we can just leave that off the car.
Kind of a sporadic video, not a lot of vlogging, but I'm super excited to see this thing in here. It fits really well. Do you think it's going to fit as well, Alberto? Because, I mean,
the careful calculations and we made it fit well. Look, I haven't used a factory hose. You just trim it to the right size. See, you don't even need this whole extra part of the hose anymore. You could literally almost make the lower hose with the rest of the upper hose.
yeah. Man, I'm so excited with like having AC lines mounted, having the stock wiring harness in, having all this room for the downpipe. I at first was kind of going into this with the attitude that like there's a good chance to kind of divert down the race car route because we couldn't fit the AC compressor, we couldn't fit the AC lines, or this part of the harness didn't work. But the more we put it together, the more I'm starting to get the feeling that this could very well be an OEM-like swap, which would be very, very rad.
I got so scared for a second. I thought my hands were stuck there forever.
But I mean, even look down in here, like it looks a little bit closer than it will actually be just because the crank pulley isn't on all the way. But you know, fitting the stock fans, not having to move anything, or I guess we had to relocate the brackets slightly just because of the bigger Mishimoto radiator, but I don't know. What do you think, Mike? What are your thoughts?
It's a really cool swap to do, especially and have it fit this well. It's just it's rad.
You know, I already give Mishimoto feedback about it. You know, because technically this radiator has not been fitted on the GT350. It has been fitted on the Mustang.
Mm-hmm.
What if this being carbon composite, this mounting is a little bit off, and the only adjustment needed was just the offset for this mounting brackets to be, I guess, further forward or closer to the motor.
My thoughts,
maybe, because everything else fits flawlessly.
My thoughts were there's probably a little bit more clearance with the flat plane between the fans and the engine, so the extra 1/4 inch that it moves it back probably isn't an issue on most like factory cars.
Yeah.
But because we're so tight, it became more of an issue. But how everything's coming together, like color-wise too, it's really subtle. But then you got the pink that pops, but then like the black 6-boost manifold, and then the brush style Plasma Man stuff with the Garrett compressor, like everything just ties together really well.
The subtle little pink in the engine bay.
My beautiful paint job that came out better than cars that should have come out better than this.
You know what's funny? Now that you see this, after looking at this, you kind of like can't tell about the pearl in the paint anymore.
No, I mean, to be fair, like the easiest place to see the pearl is kind of covered because it was on like strut areas and in this
You
area.
can see it here, but then it gives you the illusion after looking at this, almost feels like this is reflecting off from this, but it's actually the pearl already on the paint.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was fun, a little bit different. And tomorrow's, well, not tomorrow, but the next video will probably, I think we're going to go to a drift day. So either the next video or the video after that, we're going to be doing the whole fuel system on this car. We got a lot of cool stuff from Dishworks that's S550 specific. So we're basically going to be doing what you could do on any S550 Mustang, except for the fact that it's going to be going to a sick Barra. So hope you enjoyed the video, and we will see you soon.
And what are you putting in the Mustang again?
A turbo light.
A big one, right?
I can't carry a big one.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't.